That one for us too. Very good. Now, everybody, because the laminated is just 2 sheets of our first annealed glass, we can see that it breaks pretty much the same way. Unpredictable pattern, funny shapes, sharp edges. But what's different? It's all still in one piece, right? That thin layer of plastic in the center, it works like a sticky net, holds all those dangerous bits together, makes it a much safer glass for us. Hence the name safety glass. It's the same technology we use in bullet-resistant glass. Bullet-resistant glass, everybody's the same thing. It's just more and thicker layers of the glass and plastic combination. Now we have a sampling of a bullet-resistant windshield for you to take a look at. It's just down here on your left, past that yellow sign. We took a couple of high-powered rifle shots at it, so you can see it really will stop a bullet. That way our assistant Destiny, or she doesn't have to use the rifle on stage for that example. She looked a little disappointed, actually. Sorry, they don't let us do that one anymore. I don't know why. Okay, this brings us to our third sample, incredibly strong tempered glass. Remember, that is 5 times stronger than the first 2. So if you don't get through it on the first shot, we'll give you a couple of whacks at it. We'll see what happens. Go ahead and try and break that one for us. Whoa, what'd you do? That wasn't supposed to happen. Jeez. That stuff is 5 times stronger. What did you eat for lunch? Are you kidding me? Do you know how expensive that stuff is? You came here with family, you said, right? You think somebody maybe brought a checkbook with them? Credit card? The person holding the camera looks awfully suspicious there. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys off the hook. I'm going to point out we cheated on this one. We wanted it to break. But take my word for it. That stuff really is 5 times stronger than the first 2. Remember, all the strength in that glass comes from the compression stress on the surface. But if you pierce through the strong outer shell, release the tension underneath, remember the tension we saw in our polariscope? That glass breaks real easy. We helped to do this by putting a sharp industrial diamond tip at the end of that hammer. Yeah, that's how we cheated. Otherwise, we could have hit this thing all day long and it wasn't going to happen. But we did this to show you the way the glass breaks. When tempered breaks, here's a perfect example. It breaks into these little clusters, perfect uniform squares, and watch this, they fall apart real easy. They also leave you with a blunt edge. You can run your finger across and you're not going to get cut. So we use tempered glass in applications where we want that glass to be very strong, sure. But if it breaks, we want it to break in the safest way possible. You use this type of glass in applications where you're in constant contact with glass every day. Shower doors, shelving in a refrigerator, basketball backboards, also the side and rear windows of our cars. It's a lot like we just see hanging overhead here, different shapes and sizes. Okay, so this brings us to the last one, the bologna vial. Now, because this one is shaped differently, I'm going to have you try and break it differently. Now, what I mean is I have a vertical hammer and try to smash it from the top. There's 2 safety tips that come with this one. First of all, you have to keep your hand up on this handle. Don't hold down here, because if you break it, you might get pinched. I've done that before. It's no fun at all. Now, the second safety tip is actually more for me than for you. See, if you come up too hard, you could break the top of the cabinet. Then my boss, he's going to break the top of my head. Save me that trouble. Go ahead, break the bologna vial. Let's do it. See it come right down on top. And you can hold it the whole time. Bang, we want to break it. Come on, a little harder. You can do it. Come on, more. One more. About 2 hands. Try 2 hands. There's the power. A whole bunch real quick. Bang, 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 bang. Come on, give it some gusto. Come on, you broke our temper glass so easily. You can break this one too. Keep going. You're not going to give up on me, are you? Does anybody want to guess how long I get her to do this for? You figured it out?
She's gullible.
Well, I'll tell you, we cheated again. You see, you can't break bologna vials this way. It doesn't matter how long or how hard you hit it for. It's not going to happen. Even if I gave you a hammer, you couldn't smash the glass. You throw one of these things on the floor, everybody, it won't shatter. It'll bounce like a rubber ball. Now, there's 2 reasons why that glass is so incredibly strong. First reason, most importantly, because of the way it was cooled. Remember, left to be open air, that surface cools quickly. It contracts, builds the strong compression stress. Because it's so thick, that's a lot of compression stress, making it really strong. Second reason is the shape. Architecturally speaking, that egg shape is very sound. If you've ever tried to crush an egg in your hands from end to end, you know that's real tough. Same physics keeps our bologna vial in one piece. So, we gave everybody the impression we're going to break everything, right? So we're going to flip it over. We're going to expose that hole on the top. That's going to let us hit the same spot, same thickness, but on the inside this time. Would you believe me that if I told you that's an incredibly strong piece of glass, but it's also an incredibly weak one? So weak, in fact, that you don't even have to use the big hammer to break it this way. All it's going to take, what do you think? Just a little tap from our kebab skewer? You don't look like you believe me at all. Don't worry, I'm going to set you up and I'll make a believer at it. The way this works is you're just going to gently grab a hold of the top. When I let go, you just lightly drop it in. Go ahead and grab the top. Just drop it right in. Ooh, a little bit higher. Right up around there. Oh, come on, this will work, I promise. And sometimes, keep watching, sometimes there's a little delayed reaction. It will, I promise, this does work. Okay, do a little bit more. There it goes. Okay, so fourth time's the charm on that one, everybody. Now, the reason it's so strong on the surface, but so weak on the inside, this is again because of the way it was cooled. You see, left in the open air, that surface cools quickly and freezes into place rock solid. But the inside is still warm. As we know, when glass cools, glass wants to contract and pull, right? But in this case, it's pulling against an already frozen outer shell, pulling tighter and tighter, building up more and more of that weak tension stress. It doesn't matter how strong it is on the surface, all it takes is one little tap on the inside. Release that stress, break the glass so easily. In that sense, the Bologna vial was a lot like our tempered glass. Strong on the outside, weak on the inside. It's just because of how it's affected by temperature. So, you've successfully destroyed everything in a box. We've all learned a little something. How about a round of applause for our amazing assistant? Applause is good, but it's also good as a thank you to go home with your own little glass kangaroo. Okay? So we're going to wrap him up for you, because we just saw how destructive he can be. And if you're interested in seeing how our kangaroo is made, check out the flame working demonstration sometime this afternoon. Wrap it up. And how about another round of applause for our amazing assistant? That concludes the demonstration. If you have any questions, come on up and ask. I'll be up here for the next couple of minutes cleaning up her mess anyway. If not, thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day with your Sandra.
Yay. That was pretty cool, huh? That was good. You did a good job.